Hi, it's Shane with Yes to Jesus Ministries, and today I want to bring you a word from Hebrews chapter 10. There was something as I was reading through that really just struck me, and I guess it's there all along, but it was that we are not only sanctified by the blood of Jesus. We are, for sure. Like, we have songs about it, oh, the blood, and that's what it is. But it's and by the will of the Father. Like if you read Hebrews 10:10, it says, by that will we have been sacrificed. What will? Well, look in verse 9. It says, then he said, behold, I have come to do your will, O God. Then verse 10, by that will, what will are you talking about? Of the Father. By that will, we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all. Wow, that's so beautiful and powerful. So it is by the blood of Jesus through that sacrifice, and it is by the will of the Father. I mean, if you think about it, even the fundamental verse of like John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave. Well, it was his will to give. He's showing what his will is. He gave his only begotten Son. And so it just washed over me like, wow. It is the blood of Jesus and by the will of the Father. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane says, Father, if it be your will, once again, it's the will of the Father, may this cup pass from me. Nonetheless, your will be done. I refer to that as the will sandwich. Like literally it's, okay, if it be your will, nonetheless, and your will. He was focused on that and he made sure it was clear that's what he came to do. So it's by the Father's will as well, in conjunction with the blood of Jesus, that we are sanctified. Moreover, if you look there in verse 5, it says, therefore he came into the world. He said, now those are both capital He, right there in verse 5. So we're talking about Jesus. And yet those next few verses are from Psalm 40, which is a psalm of David. So David is speaking by divine revelation what he is seeing or what's being revealed to him in the Spirit. And then Jesus is manifesting it in the flesh as the express image of God, carrying out the Father's will. But look at what he says. It says, sacrifice and offering you did not desire. Well, why didn't he desire it? If you look a little bit earlier here in verse 4, 10 verse 4 in Hebrews, for it is not possible that the blood of bulls and goats could take away sins. So always it was going to come to the point where Jesus would come in the flesh. Through the dispensation of time, eventually that was going to happen, because it wasn't possible for the blood of bulls and goats to sanctify us. And actually, if you read a little bit earlier, like through 9 here, you'll see that the old covenant was actually sealed with the blood of bulls and goats. So it wasn't designed to last forever. It was designed to set the stage for and introduce Jesus to the world. And he came. And it actually says in verse 5, going from that same part in Psalm 40, sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. Now that actually varies from Psalm 40, and you might look and say, what's going on here? Because Psalm 40 says, instead of but a body you have prepared for me, it says, my ears you have opened. So what's going on here? What I believe you're seeing is this is being revealed to David. So his ears have been opened. In the Spirit, he is having this revelation. But when Jesus comes and manifests it when he says it, it says, sacrificing offering you did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. The body wasn't prepared for David. That wasn't David's role. But when it came and was manifested in the flesh, in Jesus, it's a body you have prepared for me. So we see the fuller revelation of what was going to happen. It says, in burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin, you had no pleasure. Then I said, behold, I have come. And actually, down in verse 9, we get even further clarification. I have come to do your will, O God. I love that we get a fuller revelation of Jesus as we read through this chapter. It says, in the volume of the book, it is written of me. So he's telling us right there, the whole Old Testament is talking about Jesus. It's pointing to him. It's setting the stage for him. It's God introducing himself to the world through a specific nation and then creating an eternal nation, the Israel of God, as Paul puts it, that we all have the opportunity to be a part of. It's so beautiful. It says in 9, and he says, behold, I have come to do your will, O God, and he takes away the first that he may establish the second. So he took away the one that couldn't actually sanctify us to bring the second. So we could be by the will of the Father, or in verse 10 it says, by that will, we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all. We are sanctified by the blood of Jesus and the will of the Father. What a glorious truth. May this bless you.